Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you're usually with me, I appreciate you. On here to do a quick video for you all introducing the workshop that I'll be doing with Susan Lynn on June 22nd. I'll put all the details below. Next Level Spirit Guides and Animal Totems, you all. I want to talk to you a little bit about my portion, and specifically I'm going to dig into animal totems and what I really refer to as animal medicine. I need to give all respect to Native American culture and other indigenous cultures around the world who use the terminology totems. I also am aware that when we talk about these spiritual modalities, that we do need to be respectful of specifically the cultures that many of them come from, so that it's not a matter of appropriating anything, but it is a matter of recognizing the divinity in these different systems, and that when we approach them with reverence. Not that we own anything, not that we're in charge of it in any way, but it is saying we recognize that within these different cultures, these different systems that are available to us as humanity, as in a larger context, that we come to it with a sense of reverence and respect. I need to say that first and foremost. Animal medicine, you all, it is by far, it is one of the most powerful tools that we can use to help us in our day-to-day lives. For many of us, when we're dealing with our spiritual growth, when we're dealing with our purpose, our soul path, when we're delving into different modalities, different spiritual systems that may resonate with us, for many of us who are on that journey, on the spiritual journey, it takes time to really, identify what it is that really seems to call our souls. For some of us, it is Reiki, and sort of energy medicine. For others, it is all about psychic development and mediumship and getting into the clairs. It is, it goes into the chakra system. It goes into somatic treatments where we really ground all systems into the body and the movement of the body as an expression of that. But animal totems sort of cover all of those bases. Animal medicine covers all those bases, which is why I'm super excited to do this. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that. And we will dig into that more deeply, of course, in the workshop. Really hoping you can join us. $66 for 2 hours for me and Susan Lynn. If you booked a reading with either one of us, I don't think Susan's taking readings right now, but her books are closed. But if you booked a reading, like, you'd spend a whole heck of a lot more money just in that one-on-one time. So really, I hope you will take advantage of this. It's going to be outstanding. Let's get into it a little bit. Some ways that we think about when we are dealing with spirit guides in general, or a lot of the spiritual work. We talk about the cosmos. We talk about the unseen realm. We talk about those forces and elements that we know we are divinely connected to, and we know that speak to us and that are there for us. But what is unique, and for me extremely powerful, about the animal kingdom is that it is grounded. It is about nature. It is about what we can see, what we can visualize, how we have these interactions with animals. And very often, many of us are aware that we have, just as we have spirit guides who are with us all of our lives, and those who may come and go depending on a situation that we might be facing at a given time, right? But with same principle with animals, there are animals that perhaps some of you realize you have always been drawn to a certain type of animal, including even insects when we talk about animal medicine. So you may find yourself, in your lifetime having had really powerful experiences and being just drawn to certain animals or insects that just all your life they've shown up in your dreams, in real life, etc. But there seems to be some sort of synchronicity, some sort of connection that you've always noticed. Pay attention to that. Chances are you do have some sort of connection with that particular species. But also, there are we can utilize that medicine as we learn more about the qualities and the powers of certain animals to ask them, to invite them into our lives when we are undergoing certain issues, whether it's doing, I wrote some areas down here, thinking about shadow work, thinking about healing, thinking about manifestation, thinking about our spiritual growth, and how we can utilize their medicine, their qualities, their teachings, their lessons, in things like our energy practices, in our Reiki practices, etc. For instance, I brought out to show you, I have a small drum that I use, a hand drum that I use sometimes in my meditation and ceremonial practices, right? But look at that beautiful owl that's on that drum. So when I go into I am calling on the wisdom and knowing and protection of the owl. Owl medicine, owls, for those of you who've had encounters, can very often come to us as a warning, as an omen of not necessarily danger, but something like pay attention to what's happening. So again, even talking about the visualization, that paying attention to what you have around you, and that can also summon the energy. So that again, when I'm using this drum, I'm not just calling in based on a rhythm. I am asking based on the image here, this owl, to be with me in ceremony, so that I can have the wisdom, the foresight, that I'm calling in protective energy in that given situation. So think about things like that in terms of your tools as well, right? Your jewelry, your artwork on your walls. These are all sorts of things that you can use with animal medicine. All right. Okay. So again, we're going to get into a lot of that in the workshop, but this is just to give you an overview of some of what you can expect. Again, the strongest feeling that I have around this, the Spirit said, make sure I communicate to you with this, is the blending between the seen and unseen realms, right? We think about spiritual work very often, again, especially in psychic work, as something that it is where we are tapping into the unseen realm. But with nature magic, with animal medicine, we are dealing with what we can see. We are dealing with what we can identify with, and work with in a very tangible way. And sometimes that gives us a little bit of extra oomph. Very often, especially when we're new on a spiritual path, for those of you who are, just growing in your medicine, there's always that delicate balance between your faith and what you're experiencing and feeling, and the hunches that you're getting, and the intuition, the niggles that you're getting, right? That's one thing. But with animal medicine, it is quantifiable, it is identifiable, it is visual, it is something that you can travel in your psychic realm, in the psychic realm, but travel towards something that has a shape, a form, a voice, and a specifics that you are dealing with. And that can be very reassuring and sort of boost your confidence as you're growing your skills. All right. So having said that, I do want to share with you a few decks that I use that are in my collection. And I will be using some of these in the workshop, but thinking about as well the aspects of animals: air, earth, fire, water. We are astrologically, it ties into astrology. We are, sun, moon, rising, air, earth, fire, water. These elemental energies that we can call upon, air in our intellect, in our communication, in our speech, in our data, in our using technical data, etc. Fire, the spiritual element, one of the most natural spiritual elements, and our vitality, our vigor, our health. Earth, our bodies, our health, our manifestation, what we see in the world around us. And of course, water, our emotional state, our ability to not be stagnant in life, to move along. All right. Again, getting more into all of that in depth in the workshop, but that just gives you an idea. When we're talking about animal medicine, it is totally without limits in terms of how we can identify the medicines of different animals and apply them in our lives. Ask for them, ask for those things that we need in a given circumstance, and utilize them through visual arts, through crafts, through jewelry, through art making, or art, just hanging art, etc. Unlimited. All right. My first go-to. This is from 1988. I'm dating myself here. I believe that this deck was first published. But it is, for me, it remains to be like the granddaddy of all decks in terms of animal, understanding the animal kingdom. And that is the medicine cards that was put out by, was it Jamie Sams and David Carson. Okay? The medicine cards. If you go way back, many of you may be familiar with them. But what I really love about this is for each animal, you get the animal, sort of a keyword. So like I have the dragonfly there, and it says, I can't see it backwards, and it says illusion. But then there's this wonderful description. This is an incredible book that comes with these cards. I think it's like 44 cards, including a couple of empty ones so that you can be inspired to identify your own animals. But it gives you really in-depth information about what medicine it brings, and depending on what they call upright or contrary medicine. So meaning if you are walking in the benefit of that energy, or if there's some challenge around that energy, these medicine cards are like, there's never been anything duplicated like them. And the fact that they still remain in print and published to this day says a lot about their staying power. I am, for those of you who are Colette Baron Reed fans, this is another incredible deck. The Spirit Animal Oracle deck is, the artwork is so, just out of the blue. I just pulled a flamingo spirit. And one of the things that makes oracle cards distinct is that you will get these sort of descriptions that you won't even need to look up anything in a book. I mean, of course, this deck comes with a booklet, but you don't necessarily, sometimes that message that you get on the card is enough to give you that indication of what medicine it's bringing, or what you need, or how a situation needs to be addressed. So that deck also is really good. There are tarot decks out there, you all, that are geared towards animal medicine. I am a cat lover, as many of you may be, and so there's even specialized decks like this, cat tarot, right? And it's a standard tarot deck. It follows the 78 card system, but it does feature cats. And so for many people, that's something, if you're really into cats and cats are one of your familiars, then the idea is, of course, you will more naturally resonate with the deck. We have another deck that I use is the Raven's Dream Tarot by, this is a MJ Kulane. She's the artwork on her decks. I think she's got like 4 or 5 of them out now. I've got her whole collection. But again, Raven medicine, the magic, when you are really working with night magic as well. And talking about nights, here's another deck by MJ Kulane, the Guardian of the Night Tarot. This features all sorts of, this deck gets a little heavier into the art form and different types of animals. This, of course, is all Raven based, okay? But again, there's your variety. So there are decks that follow the traditional tarot system, but they give you that visual impetus that really helps you connect, all right? This is a deck that I got not long ago, and I am loving it. It's super big, super juicy, super thick. And it's called Spirit Animals, Journey into the Wild, Oracle Cards to Tap into the Wisdom of the Natural World by Realmi Sasha and Sylvia Damiano. Let me hold that up for you in case you want to screenshot it. But this is a newer deck that I recently got it and have been working with it. The artwork on it is just stupendous. Like, I just happened to open up to this. Look at this, the anaconda. Now there, you only get the word, so of course you'll have to probably deal with the booklet, but it has a really good, pretty meaty booklet, and it gives you all of the, all of these different animals and species and what they mean. It is a beautiful booklet. It actually has, the cards are in color, and then it gives you a nice description. So highly recommend that. I've really been enjoying that. And sometimes you can just find, sort of off market. I think I got this on Etsy. I just looked up Spirit Animal Oracles, and you'll get, a card with a description, right? So you can use that as well in your readings. And so very often, whether you're being deliberate about something, that you need a fiery protective animal energy, animal medicine, or you're working with a lot, you're trying to get grounded, clear, then you may need some of the air elements and animals that come with air elements, and find out what's more natural to you based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, whether elementally, what you naturally connect with. There's all sorts of things, all right, you all? So this is long enough. I want to promise to keep this short. Join us for the workshop. I don't think you'll regret it one bit. In fact, you're going to learn a lot, and I think it's going to boost your practice and your skills, and recognize that there's yet something else that you can continue to incorporate in your spiritual journey, all right? I hope that was helpful. Take really good care of yourself. I hope to see you on the 22nd. I'll post a link to the event down below. Take good care.